Good morning, everybody. Got another video here for you. Just got to crack into some Joe time here because it's getting hot today. So here, what I've got for you today is going to be a front end Swaybar from Whiteline Performance. It's kit number BBF39Z, and it's listed for a 91 to 2003 series base model, and it's a 27 millimeter three-way adjustable. So they didn't have the Z3 listed as a potential model for this fitment, but from what I could tell on the OEM, realOEM, like parts cross-reference, it should be the same sway bar. So we're just gonna crack it open here and find out. I know everybody likes a little bit of unboxing. Alright, there we go. Heavy duty blade. Just crack one end open here. See what we got. Alright. Here's the hardware. So we've got the new body bushings. Go mount to the body side. We've got the end links, and then these adjustable plates that mount to your control arm, and they've got 3 holes available. And then on the end of the sway bar, you also have another 3 holes there, so that's how it gets its adjustability. And they provide a table on their website that's got the different torsional stiffness values based on what your stock sway bar diameter is. Alright, so that's all we get. Oh, and we got a couple stickers. Who doesn't love those? Let's get up underneath and remove the current one that's installed. Alright, looking up underneath, here's what we're working with. We've got 4 attachment points to the vehicle, so we've got one on either side of the car for the control arm, and that's where the end link control or mounts to the control arm. That one is a 16 millimeter. I've already had this one off, so I'm not too worried about dousing it in any oil, penetrating oil to get it off, so that should come right off. And then right here we've got the body mounted bushing, and that's got 2 bolts on either side of it. And that is a 13 millimeter, and I did give those a little spritz with WD-40, kind of hopefully help me out getting them off. But anyway, we'll go ahead and release those nuts, and then it should drop right out of the way with no interference. So let's get to it. Oh man, those came right up. I'm gonna say it again. Being from Michigan, I really like these southern cars. Especially on this side. The driver's side usually always gets a little more crud on it. Here they are, side by side. Looks like the attachment points all line up a bit. And now these end ones are off a little bit, but there's also a different bracket that holds that onto the control arm, so that's probably what's going to account for that difference. But the important part here is that the mounting to the body, that curve there, matches, and it does. And then here's the measurement. 27, and then we'll do it here, 27.5, and then your stock one for the Z. Looks like it's a 24 millimeter. All right, so let's get these bushings out of the bag, and then we'll get this installed back up in the vehicle. All right, next order of business here, we gotta do some pre-assembly on this new kit, and it comes with a nice instruction set that goes through fitment, general fitment, and then some additional adjustment information. So the first order of business is going to be to put some of this bushing lubricant on your contact surfaces, and what they're talking about there is this inner bushing surface to this, and that, you know, that's what's going to be rotating on the vehicle as the suspension actuates. So you want to put that on there to keep your car from squeaking every time you hit a little bump or anything like that, because these bushings here are already isolated from the movement with the metal sleeve that's in there. And then there's also a guide here for the stack up of how this gets installed on your vehicle. And this bottom here is the one that you're left with. You can see the side profile matches the brackets that are available. And what you want to do is the The washers go on the outside, and then yeah, they basically sandwich the sleeve bushing, and that's pretty straightforward. And it does show direction for these bolts, but I don't know, depending on ease of access, you may want to flip them. It's up to you. It may matter. Let's see here. Yeah, they are shouldered, so looks like the head shoulder part goes through the Swaybar end anyway. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, this work can get a little tricky if you don't have an extra set of hands. So I'm going to try to get it up over these nuts, or these bolt studs. Hold it in the center and get a couple of threads on this started. And then the 13mm bolts or nuts get tightened down to 22 Newton meters. Get these rotated properly. Definitely got a little more heft to it. But you just gotta use your head. Now we just gotta put the end links on there with the adjustable bracket. Alright, I got the bracket somewhat pre-assembled. So you're sandwiching the end link between the large washer, the bracket, and the small washer. I'm starting with the middle adjustment on the hull. I think I did this one backwards. I don't think that's going to reach properly. I think I need to put this end link on the other side like I believe it showed in the graphic, because I did that on this one. There we go. That looks like it'll fit. We'll just get this all loose fit, make sure it all lines up properly and not binding, and then we'll tighten everything down. Alright, so I've got both end brackets in. I did have to vary from the instruction set just slightly. Instruction set had the end of the sway bar positioned over where the L bracket is, so that the end link was on the same side of both of those. However, when I tried to do that, it was not achievable on the other side. So the end link was, for a lack of better terms, cattywampus. It was not very straight up and down or perpendicular to the different components. So I didn't feel comfortable with that setup because you don't really want to side load these bushings very much. It looks like they're set up just to do, you know, in one axis. So now what we're going to do is tighten down all these bolts. These on the end links are 15 millimeter, and then this one here I think was a 17 millimeter. There's no tightening torque for these. With the specifications provided, you tighten these down to the point where the washer stops spinning, and then you do 2/3 of a turn beyond that. So these are all nylon locking nuts, so it doesn't require the torque preload to hold the nut in position because it's got its self-locking feature. So alright, we'll tighten all that up and then we can drop the vehicle down and take it for a spin. I'm going to start with the mid position on both of these, and just kind of see where we're at, and then when I get into editing, I'll show you the table that's provided with it, and we'll just kind of go from there as far as adjustment goes. And then you can also see everything fits properly. There's no interferences or anything like that, which I wasn't expecting any, especially once I pulled out the old one and saw that it was the exact same dimensions. So I guess I can say this is confirmed fitment for the Z3 as well as the base model 3 series for that date range that I showed in the beginning of the video, even though it's not listed as a fitment option on Whiteline's website.